Hello everyone. So our today's session is for the scholarship opportunities in the Japan, and our guest is Miss 𝗠𝗀𝗫𝗧 from Fukushima University, Japan. So in this session, we will discuss like the previous session many things. First of all, the application process. What is the application process? Application period. Then we will discuss the you can say eligibility requirements, then selection process, funding opportunities, and other general requirements. And at the end of our session, we will discuss, you can say, general queries of the students. So this is the, you can say, our outline of this session. So first of all, I asked our guest to introduce ourselves, and then we will start the session uh, in process. Hi, Roxana. So please introduce yourself to the students so
Okay,
that.
okay, everyone. And first of all, I'm 𝗠𝗀𝗫𝗧, and I'm student of Fukushima University in Japan. I'm doing PhD, and I'm a MEXT scholar, and I'm going to tell you about how you can apply for the MEXT scholarship and what is the selection criteria and eligibility criteria and what is the selection process. So I'm going to be tell you guys about the whole process in this video. Thank you.
थैंक यू रुखसाना सो प्लीज फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल स्टूडेंट्स को ये बताएं कि मैथ्स के लिए एप्लीकेशन जो उसकी टाइमलाइन क्या होती है, कब इसके एडमिशन जो ओपन होते हैं, कब अप्लाई करना चाहिए?
Actually, MEXT scholarship जो है वो it going to be announced by the government of Japan. It depend upon the universities. You know, some universities offer it 2 times. I mean, twice in a week, twice in a year, and some universities offer it once in a year. And mostly ये start होते हैं April. The selection criteria is the final selection will be held in April, and जो अक्टूबर intake होती है, अक्टूबर intake के लिए आपको जो है वो आपने जून जुलाई में अप्लाई करनी होती है. Generally, if I will tell about the most of the universities offer their MEXT scholarship for different universities for April intake. तो April intake के लिए जो भी application start होते हैं वो it's going to be start from the January. Most of the universities deadline goes up to January, and in the middle of February they make a selection and they make a list for the selected candidate. Every university has to send this selected candidate list to the government. After that, in the middle of June, almost the selection, the student who got MEXT scholarship, they got scholarship, and the list is again sent back to the universities, and then university at the end of June is going to be announced the it's going to be announced the actual result for the selected candidates through emails. So these are the timelines where you can get the selection process. Yeah.
So please, our next question is
And if I will tell about the eligibility criteria, generally eligibility. Yes.
या मेरा यही क्वेश्चन है कि एलिजिबिलिटी क्या होती है इसके अप्लाई करने के लिए, क्या रिक्वायरमेंट्स एलिजिबिलिटी की?
Actually, eligibility criteria जो है, I will tell you the main criteria which are necessary to be have every students. First of all, there is a nationality. You know, you shouldn't be nationality of the Japan. You should have a nationality of other countries. And those students who have even nationality of Japan, they are planning to skip the nationality of Japan. They are also eligible for it. And the GPA, I will say, you know, in our countries, most of the requirement for the GPA, we can get it out of 4. So in this MEXT scholarship, we must have almost 3.2. And age requirements is, of course, it's required because we should have under 35 students can apply for PhD. These are the requirements for PhDs. And of course, GPA is also required for the masters, and nationality is also required for the MEXT scholarship for master student. Yeah, these are the, and a part of it, you must have a good academic background, and your field of study must be it must goes with the supervisors whom you are going to be under whom you are going to be under work with your teacher. It must be goes with your supervisor. So relevant to your field is also one of the important thing. Yeah.
So please, our next question is what are the documents required for this scholarship?
There are requirements which are documents which are required for this scholarship is first of all, we should have filled the MEXT scholarship application, and there is a research proposal which is designed by the by MEXT scholarship by itself. They given us 3 questions, we have to be answered them. This is what we call research proposal for Japan. It's not something that sometimes, your teacher do ask to make a research proposal, but generally the research proposal what we are writing is according to the MEXT scholarship application. They have specific application for this one, and the questions what they mostly ask is that what you are going to be do, what is your previous research, what you are going to do in your future. You have to include all these 3 aspects, and just we have to write a research proposal according to our running situations. And a part of it, if you did your last degree with thesis, and you have to add your abstract over there. A recommendation letter, and a very important thing is recommendation letter. You cannot take a recommendation letter from any assistant professor or associate professor. Your requirement must be addressed, but you have to take a recommendation letter from the dean of the department. So only this requirement is very some universities do requirement like this. Like my university I have to be send my recommendation through my dean. It was an important thing that time, and it should be addressed towards the president of that university where you are going to be apply. Copy of passport is important, and of course, passport size photos is one of mandatory things. But if I will talk about the transcript, most of the students, if you completed your 8th semester, undergraduate, especially for if you are applying for MEXT scholarship after undergraduate, you have to go for masters. After masters, you have to go for PhD. Okay, whatever, in both situation, if you completed your all semester, you should have your GPA. The university is first of all, they're going to be calculate your GPA, and if your GPA is required just fit into the requirements of that university, then they're going to be allow you. Otherwise they will not accept, then you are not eligible for it. So that's why first thing is that we have to show them our transcript and with GPA. And some students may have in their 7th semester who didn't complete their transcript, but at that time they will calculate in the way that whatever the courses we have taken till now, they calculated it according to our whole courses what we taken till now. So you cannot go for you cannot include that time in the 8th semester of GPA. It's okay if you are in 7th semester, you want to be apply it, you can apply it with hope certificate. Okay, and a part of it, you should have the certificate of health, which we can call medical certificate. And this is the documents which you can see with the MEXT scholarship application form, and you have to fill that form from any doctorate at your country. And English proficiency certificate, the language requirements, it comes, whenever we talk about the language requirements for in Japan, most of the universities offer, though PhD is just every university offer PhD in English start program, but some universities offer masters in Japanese start program. So when you are going to apply for Japanese start program, in that time you should have your you should have your Japanese language proficiency, and the level what we need to have is about N2 level, like there is a level N5 level, N4 level, N3 level. We should have N2 level. If you are applying for the English start program, for doctor program, English proficiency certificate is required. Like some students, maybe they will apply, they did already their last degree internationally. So if you did something, if your case is like this, that you have come from another country directly Japan, so that time, if your last degree is from foreigner country, you don't need to show any language English proficiency, so they will accept your application if your last degree was English start program. So yeah, that was the documents what we need to have for application process.
So it's mean that there is no need of IELTS or TOEFL to submit the application in the Japan. They can accept the English proficiency from the university or from the registrar office, right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, sometimes it's okay if you have IELTS or English or TOEFL or whatever English certificates. If you have, it's okay. It can boost up your application. It can make your profile strong if you have. But if you don't, then I mean, till now it isn't necessary to. It is not something that mandatory documents. Yeah.
Okay. So Japan में जब application जमा करवाते हैं, is there any you can say application fee or there is no application fee at all?
If I will talk about application fee, it varies from university to university. There are much more universities where they have application fee, but there are some universities which they don't require application fee. So if you are not willing to pay application fees, you can go for those universities who doesn't offer, who doesn't demand for application fee. And once if there is a university, you go for it and they demand the application fee, you have to be pay for it. Until you don't pay, the application will not proceed. So your application fee will not refundable. That's mandatory. That's not going to be refund your application fee whether you are selected or whether you are rejected. So it's just for application process. Yeah.
So is there no option to get the application fee waiver in the Japan? Like in the USA, you can get the application fee waiver. So is there any option in the Japan?
No, it's not like USA. Yeah, in USA, a lot of universities does it in this way, but here not. There is no way of your application fees. So application fees is not that much higher as like USA. So, but yeah, they do. Some universities does, but some universities doesn't. Yeah.
Okay. So our next question is what is the you can say selection process for the MEXT and what are the key points that could lead to your selection or rejection?
First of all, your selection should start from your supervisor, whom you are going to work under in their lab. So if you have a potential supervisor, potential supervisor means senior supervisor, okay? And because first of all, you need to search your supervisor, okay? And if your supervisor, sometimes they can ensure you that your application is going to be, there is a chance to get your acceptance, and there is a chance to be, we can be get rejected. So no one predict future, but somehow they give you hint that where you are falling, in the zone. So maybe the selection process starts from your application, your supervisor, and your research plan, and your documents, how you fill your documents. It's very important thing. And let me say one thing important, that in Japan, when we are going to apply for MEXT scholarship, most of the time in different countries, when we apply, I did my master's from China. So when we were applying for that universities, we have to fill application form online for that university, and also as well as the scholarship application. There were two application. So that was we had to do by ourselves. But here we don't need to fill and your application form. You don't need to sit and fill your application form. Okay, this application form your teacher should be fill. He will fill your application form, and you need to send your documents first of all to him. And this is the application process. And later on, once you submitted your application, then department wise you get selected. They start filtering out students on the basis of their potential, their documents. And if you get selected, then they will email you that your initial step has been passed, so we are forwarding your application to government, and they will notify you by email. Yeah, that's how selection process does occur. But MEXT scholarship is just offered by two channels. Like one is embassy track and another is university track. And in university track there is a very few number of seats available for the MEXT scholarship. Like every university, if I will talk about my university, it hardly one two scholarship, 1 to 2 candidate can win this scholarship. So we have to be our application must be top in the list, otherwise then we will able to get it. Otherwise it's difficult for us to get a scholarship because there will very limited number of seats. But MEXT scholarship is a very competitive scholarship, but it's not like that it's impossible. It's possible. You can apply and you can get it. Yeah, who knows when your fate will be turned out. Yeah.
तो यहाँ पे मैं ये भी आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा कि इट्स मीन के यू नीड अ acceptance letter of professor before applying for the MEXT scholarship, right?
Yeah. Yes, it's very important. because it's very important. First of all, you can only communicate with your teacher, because they will going to guide you what to do next. Once you approach your teacher, the process goes smooth with you guys, because once you get a teacher that because they will direct, maybe if they don't know, they do ask from the international office, and they forward information, correct information you can get it from your supervisor. Yeah, first of all we have to apply, we have to get acceptance from our teacher. And you can try to get acceptance from like full professor or the dean of department, so it will work out for you, especially for PhDs. For masters it's better to get acceptance from your relevant research area, and also your like any senior teacher. I mean, yeah, more than head of department, I mean more than associate professor, higher than, sorry.
Okay, thank you. So my next question is, what are the, you can say, funding opportunities in the Japan apart from the MEXT?
Apart from the MEXT, there are too much funding. I mean, if I will talk about undergraduate, actually undergraduate do have some fundings, but undergraduate is not a fully funded scholarship here in Japan. They will give you partial scholarship. You have to come here and by yourself. You have to do your initial expense by yourself. If you get a good result, or if you are much capable student, they feel they can partially give you scholarship. So there is no fully funded scholarship. Fully funded scholarship is a MEXT scholarship for masters and PhD students. And in this way, you can get your air tickets. It will going to be, they will going to give you air tickets, and you don't need to pay any like any tuition fee. It will be completely exempt. And a part of it, there are some small amount, like dormitory is not free for here, not free for you in Japan. So you have to be pay for your dormitory, and but the allowance is what they will give you is like 1,000 and sorry the amount, what you are getting here is 1 million and almost 50,000, something like this, young in Japan.
इसी के साथ मैं यहाँ पे एक और क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछना चाहूँगा कि जापान में स्टडी कंप्लीट करने के बाद जो वर्क की क्या अपॉर्चुनिटी, लॉन्ग टर्म वहाँ पे क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं आफ्टर द कंप्लीशन ऑफ पीएचडी और मास्टर?
In Japan, working after you complete your studies here, there are a lot of opportunities. Your opportunity direct goes with the language. Here they speak Japanese language. Once you have a grip on Japanese language, you can horizon in this Japan as wider as you can. But after completing your postdoc, after completing your PhD, you may go for the postdoc. And here postdoc is you are welcome to apply for postdoc, and postdoc itself is a very great opportunity if you want to continue your studies. If you want to do any job directly, then you can. There is a lot of companies which can hire international students, and there is some collaborations institutions here. You can collaborate with them and they will help you to communicate, get to familiar with the companies in the Japan, and that's how you can get your opportunities in Japan. Yeah, there is opportunities working, because it's not something that because it's not something that you will going to you complete. Once you complete your studies, you must go from here. It's not like this. You have to stay here because they will going to extend your visa. Yeah.
ओके. सो यहाँ पे मेरा एक और क्वेश्चन है कि especially for the postdoc candidates, is there, you can say, a specific application portal, or you need to contact with the professor or some other government sites to find those postdoc position or job opportunities in the Japan? So what is the mechanism to find the postdoc position in the Japan?
In Japan, a postdoc, generally in Japan, they get almost 115 candidate researcher. They can give a postdoc position in Japan all over the world. So your competition will be just all the candidates of this all the candidates which are going to be apply for this opportunity. So in this way you can apply it, but it will announce twice in a year. One is August, you can apply, and one is this in February. So I mean couple of weeks later, the postdoc going to be announced it soon. The PhD and master's application are going to be closed. Once it closed, then they will open a postdoc positions for those students who are willing to do. And it's also tax free. You get a very good amount for doing postdoc here. Yeah.
थैंक यू. तो मेरा इसी के साथ सप्लीमेंट्री क्वेश्चन, जैसे यूएसए में आमतौर पर लोग लिंक्डइन के जरिए जॉब फाइंड करते हैं, तो जापान में भी कोई इसी तरह की कोई ऐप है जिसके जरिए लोग जो है जॉब वगैरह फाइंड करते हैं अपार्ट फ्रॉम द पोस्टडॉक?
They do have some job. They do have some portal like this. If you are pretty much good at Japanese, so you can do it. And there were some like here 𝗦𝗰𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗏. Indeed is also working here, and the best way and the easy way is that there is a institutions. There is every city there is an institution for international students. Whenever you face any problem, especially in terms of getting job, so you can directly go there, register yourself, and when the opportunity, or when they have going to be collaborate with companies, or when they're going to be see any opportunities, so they will you get directly email from them, like this day we are going to be schedule our session with companies, so they will inform you. And if you know the Japanese, if you can read the Japanese, there are some apps you can use to find a job.
थैंक यू. तो मोस्टली स्टूडेंट का एक और क्वेश्चन भी होता है कि स्पाउस वीज़ा जो है वो जापान में अलाउ होता है डिपेंडेंट को लेके जाना या नहीं होता? वो सेल्फ फाइनेंस पे होते हैं या कोई सब्सिडी जो वो गवर्नमेंट देती है? इसके लिए प्लीज बता दें।
Spouse visa is something that as students you cannot bring. If you decide to bring it, then you have to do expense by your own. There is no any opportunity from the government that they will also handle your spouse and your children here. So they can give you a stipend if you feel that your stipend is that much enough that you can bear your family here. So yeah, and stipend is very good amount. You can easily bear your family here. So yeah, it's not a big issue to bring your family. If you want, then you can, but from government there is no any subsidy that will be given to you, but they will allow you to bring your family here. Yeah.
तो यहीं भी मेरा इसी के साथ एक क्वेश्चन है कि क्या डिपेंडेंट्स को भी वहाँ पे पार्ट टाइम जॉब की या फुल टाइम जॉब की अपॉर्चुनिटी होती है या दे कांट डू द जॉब एट ऑल?
Actually, what happened is that being a student, like I'm student here. If I want to do job, I can do a part-time job. I have to take permission from the immigration. I can only do 28 hours per week. So I cannot exceed more than this, but there will be some exceptions, like if in winters vacation or in summer vacation you can go like 8 hours per day. But when you are students and your universities are open and you are currently you study that time, you have to do 5 hours. So it's you can do job here, part-time job, but once you completed your studies, after that you can able to do full time job. Yeah, but with students you can only do part-time job, whether you are undergraduate student, whether you are master student or PhD student. But later on postdocs itself comes working visa. Yeah, it's different thing.
So
It's called full.
yeah, sorry for the interruption. So my question is that डिपेंडेंट्स को क्या भी जॉब पार्ट टाइम जॉब की परमिशन होती है या नहीं होती while work student is studying?
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, they can do job. Yeah, they are free to do job. So yeah, they can do a job and a full-time job they can do. There is no requirement for them to like a part-time job. They can do full-time job. They are free to do full-time job. Yeah.
ये तो बहुत अच्छा हुआ कि अगर कोई स्टूडेंट आपने स्पाउस को साथ लेके या तो दैट्स मीन कि स्पाउस जो फुल टाइम जो वो वहाँ पे जॉब कर सकती है वहाँ पे, चाहे वो फीमेल है या मेल।
Yes, welcome. They are welcome to do full. They are welcome to do full-time job, and the job in Japan you can get it easily. It's not difficult. It's not that much difficult as we are sometimes, as compared to different countries. It's not that much difficult. We can get easily job, but easy doesn't mean that if we don't have a potential, we will go and we will select it in anywhere. But we have to be skillful for it, where we are going to be apply.
तो हमारा इसी का एक जो है वो लास्ट क्वेश्चन है कि इसकी आउटकम जो कितने टाइम में एक्सपेक्ट की जा सकती है कि मैक्स स्कॉलरशिप की जो आउटकम कितने टाइम में तकरीबन आ जाती है?
I mean the time duration you are talking about.
Yeah, you can say application outcome.
Yes, application outcomes means, I mean the time duration for the application. Is this your question?
Yes, मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि जब आप एप्लीकेशन जमा करवा देते हैं तो उसकी आउटकम जो कितने टाइम में पता चलता है कि स्कॉलरशिप हुआ या नहीं हुआ, या किस स्टेज से जो आपकी एप्लीकेशन जो वो रिजेक्ट हो गई, एक्सेप्ट हो गई है?
Yeah, they will in January. Suppose in January, at the end of January the deadline is over. Okay, in February you get at mid of February, if your initial screening is passed, you will get notified by the email. Okay, this is you pass the initial screening screening. So now we are sent to for government. It means that you are 90% okay. Once you are recommended from the university, then next government has to give you this scholarship. So they will not going to filter against students over there, once you are accepted from the university. But the final result, what you get it from in June. So I mean 6 months they take from January to June, the whole process. But if you get rejected in February, you will get to know that I couldn't able to get the scholarship here. So in that time you can go for next university.
थैंक यू। सो हमारी इस डिस्कशन का मैं कहता हूँ कि सबसे अहम क्वेश्चन कि आपके एक्सपीरियंस के मुताबिक ऐसे कौन से की फैक्टर हैं जो स्टूडेंट की सिलेक्शन भी करवा सकते हैं या उनकी रिजेक्शन भी करवा सकते हैं। बहुत से स्टूडेंट का सवाल होता है कि हमारी तो वहाँ पे सिलेक्शन ही नहीं हो रही है, कहते हैं कि बस कोई रिप्लाई नहीं कर रहा। तो आपकी क्या सजेशन है कि उनको प्रोफेसर ईमेल का रिप्लाई भी दें या उनकी सिलेक्शन के मैक्सिमम से मैक्सिमम चांस हो? तो प्लीज सम अप दिस योर डिस्कशन दैट दीज आर द की पॉइंट्स फॉर योर सिलेक्शन।
First of all, the thing is that it's okay to apply as many as you can. You cannot expect, once you apply, you cannot expect that you will get selected. Selection, rejection, these are part of your life. These are part and parcel of your life. From one side you get selected, from other side you get rejected. And most of the students, I would like to mention here that this same question I do get a lot of times, this question. But see, if we get rejected from one side because of any reason, maybe we are not good at one, but we are best at other three. So whatever you have potential, you can go for next university or for next university. Just try to create opportunities for yourself. If you don't get opportunities, so you need to be like born to do, you have to create opportunities for yourself. And opportunities come very far in between your life. When it does, it can change your life. But having said that, first of all thing is that you need to find professor. This is the first thing. You need to find a professor. And the second thing is that you need to make your application very strong, very much strong. Strong means you need to have research papers. The more research papers you have, the more there is a chance to get selection. Okay, but at the beginning your professor can support you, but once your application goes for the university level selection, there your supervisor cannot do anything. There is a selection is done by all the committee members. So you need to publish more papers. And of course you need to have potential GPA. I mean, the more you have a GPA, the more you have a chance to get it. So it automatically ended up on your profile, how much your profile is strong. But the way you have said, sometimes even we have a strong profile but we don't get it. So it doesn't mean that you are everything ends here. You can go other यूनिवर्सिटी. सो होता है बिकॉज ऑफ एनी रीजंस, कुछ कहीं ना कहीं कुछ ऊंच नीच होती है तो फिर रिजेक्शन सिलेक्शन होती है. पर सिलेक्शन हुई या रिजेक्शन हुई तो इसका ये मतलब, सिलेक्शन रिजेक्शन स्पेशल हुई तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप में इतना पोटेंशियल नहीं है या आप अप्लाई नहीं कर सकते हैं. नो, यू कैन अप्लाई इट, but at the end of the day it comes down on your luck too.